This is a test of the Boundary Park alert system. Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us now? Put your thumbs up, Adrian. Can you hear us? Yes.
Yeah.
Thank God for that.
Can we start again?
Yeah, we'll start again. Let's. Anyway, yeah, we've just had a few technical glitches there, which is
No, it wasn't a technical glitch. I forgot to press a button.
Yeah. So, welcome to the slickest, most technically advanced, smooth football phoning there is on the internet with me, Dave Bradley, and him.
What am I called?
Matt
Dean. Yeah. So we've had another week of it.
Yeah.
Athletics.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, 2-2 draw against Scunthorpe.
Mm-hmm.
Not the best.
No.
But yeah, how's your week been, Matt?
Been all right, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, busy. I was really looking forward to the match on Tuesday.
Yeah, it was bad.
Let me down.
It did.
But I mean, I was looking forward to being there. I was looking forward to the occasion and that. He's got no chance.
No.
Should we listen to our what DU thought of it? You interviewed him after the game, didn't you? Rhino.
Yeah.
Let's have a listen.
David Lattick's football phoning. Is it fair to say that there doesn't seem to be any fighting spirit when that opposing goal goes in? You said they crumbled, but
yeah,
is there any leaders there you could pick out tonight? Because
yeah, there are leaders, and I've got to be very careful that I'm not too critical of the team. There are leaders. There are not enough leaders, and when you don't have enough leaders, that's always an issue. So the leadership will start with me. So I'll take the responsibility of everything. I just want the players to do as I'm asking, and if they do that, they'll be okay. I can take all the pressure. It's not a problem for me. I just want the players to enjoy themselves, and you do that by just working your socks off and not crumbling under pressure. And it's up to me and the staff to get the mindset into the players where if we concede a goal, we don't go again and we don't concede another one. So. Yeah, that's all work that we're working with individuals, working on the training ground, and it may be just bringing personnel back into the team and new players into the club.
The 4-3-2-1 in the first half, you sort of struggled a bit, didn't it? With Jack Stop in a central midfielder position. Do you think going to the 4-4-2 made it a bit more compact and a bit more exciting? Because we seemed to dominate the play, didn't we, from the change of shape?
I spoke to the players at half time, and I didn't speak. I shouted a lot. And what I said to them, it's not about tactics now. It doesn't matter what you do. You just got to fly around, and you've got to, you've got to have that determination and spirit to defend and run forward and press. So it doesn't matter what shape we change to. And people get bamboozled with different shapes. I want to play. I want to pass the ball. I want to play through. But there's times when. If your players can't do that, you've got to have a plan B. And I thought the plan B worked in the second half, but it was more about the players' attitude and desire than it was any tactical genius, I can assure you.
In terms of the Scunthorpe keeper pulled off a magnificent save to keep it 2-2. Just the luck doesn't seem to be with us, but again, it's just changing that mentality, isn't it?
Yeah.
And but tonight we could have gone on to win 3-2, but it's just one of those things.
Yeah, but you've got to earn the luck, and we didn't earn that in the first half. If you keep knocking on the door, sooner rather than later, Wrexham showed that against us on Saturday. You keep asking the question, and chances are you will get there. We should have scored, and then we had another great opportunity that we should have scored in the second half. So. We should have won, but honestly, I can assure you, I'd still have been raging like I am now. So, not acceptable.
And just the fans are asking about Harry Vaughan. Was that?
I've not seen Harry yet. He's been away on international duty. I've had one session with him, so I've not seen him train or play and work with him. So, as the weeks come on, I'll be able to assess where he plays and how best to fit him into a team and a squad.
Thanks very much, David.
All right, thank you.
Okay, before we have a quick chat about David Unsworth, if you want to get onto the football phone tonight, this is how you do it. The Latics Football Phone is live every Wednesday between 8:30 and 9:30. If you want to join the conversation, then you need to join us on our StreamYard link, which looks something like this. You'll find the StreamYard link in our pinned post on Facebook, Twitter, and in the comments section on YouTube. So if you want to join the debate, that's how you do it.
Well, there you go. If you want to join, please click the link on Twitter, Facebook, and get yourself in so you can have a chat with me and Matt and other callers about Latics. So we've got Adrian in Shropshire. Hello, Adrian.
Hello, Adrian.
He looks very angry.
You're on mute, mate.
Unmute your mic. Adrian.
You're on mute.
Unmute.
You're on mute.
Unmute.
You're on mute.
Oh, am I all right now?
There we go.
That's
there
better.
We go. God,
better.
Imagine doing that live on the internet.
Yeah, I know.
You'd feel really daft, wouldn't you?
You feel so stupid, wouldn't you?
How are you, mate? Are you all right?
It's a marvellous science. I've been trying for so long to get on to speak to you guys, you know, and I'm so thrilled to actually be on your program because it's fantastic. Listen every week, and met Dave on Tuesday night with my brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm home alone tonight, deepest Shropshire.
Nice.
And I just thought, well, why not just try and get on? So
you're very welcome, mate. Very welcome.
Yeah. So I've got a few things that like to say and
fire away
about the club in general and about everything. First thing I've got to say is I'm a bit Billy No Mates in so much as I'm stuck out in Shropshire, and sometimes it's hard because I go up to Boundary Park and it's just me, you know. I'm long time Oldham Athletic supporter, but people have drifted away. Even my brother's drifted away. So bit Billy No Mates. So anybody in Shropshire who wants to go to Boundary Park, let me know. We'll go up together. But I went on Tuesday night, and the first thing I got to say is I walked into I was in the Joe Rolls stand. I walked in. And it was just like, I was amazed. It was beautiful. The picture was fantastic. And it was just like, I just loved it. I loved it. I mean, it's shown about the performance. We can talk about that. But I mean, I could see that, I could feel the good things going on. I managed to, I spotted Frank, Mr. Rothwell. He was celebrating, he brought his family in first half. But the amazing thing was, I went down for a pie at half time, came back, and I just looked up and he was there. And he was sitting on his own, looking out over the pitch on his own, with nobody around him. And I thought, I'm just going to go up to him and introduce myself and thank him. And I did. And we had a great conversation. And it was a fantastic night. Shame about the football. I can talk about that. I listen to the football. I do my best all the time. I listen to the football. I've got to say, I do think that the Latics player is dire in terms of the technical aspects of it, and actually the commentary is a bit. It's got to be better, For some who's a bit remote, I pay a tune in and everything, but it's a bit second rate. But all things other than that, I'm just wholly committed against Oldham Athletic. I've always been committed to Oldham Athletic, and I loved it on Tuesday night, even though it was a pretty, I wouldn't say it was a dire performance. I mean, it was just lackluster. It was a nothing performance, really. I was actually quite surprised, from having listened to half of the Wrexham game. Because I only could listen to half of it because the first half you couldn't actually listen to, and listen to the podcast about how things are moving forwards. And Dave, you said that things are going to get better, and everybody's how it just sort of slipped so much. On Tuesday night,
what did you think though? What did you think of the game? The game. I know it was a bit lackluster.
Well, I just thought. I mean, there was only a couple of people. I mean, Carragher. I thought Carragher was really good. I thought Rooney showed a bit of flash of inspiration here and there, but it was so disjointed. There was nothing in midfield at all. There was nobody coming back picking the ball up. There was just. And I heard you, Dave, said that that Fondot, worked tirelessly last Saturday, but it was just a powder puff stuff, and I just thought, what's going on here? But all I can think is that Unsworth's thinking, I'm looking at these guys. I think I've heard him say this. I'm looking at these guys and I'm sussing them out, and But I mean, there's got to be a bit of that going on, because I'm all for what's happening at the club. Is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I'm all for this, and we can't sign these players. We can't bring in these. I was looking around for the. I only hear it on the. I only hear it on the radio and stuff, and I hear so much about that's about how poor some of the players are, and I was looking. I just think I don't think they're poor. I just don't think they're up to the standard of even National League. I mean,
no.
I don't.
I think last week, Adrian, against Wrexham, they showed that they can play a bit. Like they did play, they look like a different team. It's chalk and cheese. That's the really difficult thing to understand, because they started the game against Wrexham with so much more confidence. They pinged the ball about. They looked like an organised team that could play a bit of football. And compare that to Bromley, and then compare that to Scunthorpe. It makes you wonder. I think it's mentality more than anything else. I think they've got ability, but it's the mentality that seems to go. They can't seem to just stay in the right sort of headspace for very long at this level. I think that's the problem. And I think that with the coaching and the addition of
Mick Rathbone, psychologist.
That can only help. That can only be a good thing. I think, like you were saying there before, Adrian, there's the building works are going on around all this infrastructure within the club. Yeah. It's not going to happen on the pitch overnight, because you can't swap all your players overnight. You just have to work with what you've got. And I think there have been encouraging signs, but it's going to be a longer process to turn it around on the pitch, isn't it?
It is going to be a long haul. And I know that people are calling for like signings and stuff, but I just really hope that this feeling that I actually got. I was quite emotional actually on Tuesday night, because I walked in and I thought, this is something. I mean, the pitch was fantastic, the lights, it was a really good vibe. I just hope we can sustain this. And the thing that, and I went and had a chat with Frank, and I shook his hand and I thanked him. And I said, what's happening on the pitch doesn't matter. What you're doing, you guys are doing is the important stuff. I just hope that we can sort of see this through and get to a stage where they are signing sort of decent players. Because I mean, at the moment, I mean, it was. I was with my brother. Dave met him. It wasn't even Sunday League football. I mean, there was no. It was terrible stuff. To be honest, I mean, it was. I followed the team down in the National League South, St Albans City, because I'm a bit of an Oldham exile, and the quality of the football in the National League South was better than what I saw Oldham playing. And I just hope they turn it around, and I think they will. But we just need this time. We just need to hope that this goodwill and this togetherness sticks and stays, and I'm sure it will. I'm just hoping that that's the case. Where we'll go this year, if we mid, any thoughts of getting in the playoffs, I think is pie in the sky.
Over yet. It's not over yet. We've got plenty of time. There's only been
12
you're
always
games.
Optimistic, aren't you? You're always optimistic.
Well,
but
Tuesday night I wasn't. That's why my voice was going in that interview with.
If you listen to that interview, his voice was so croaky, and what happened was. He was going mental. He was going absolutely nuts on Tuesday night. I had the misfortune of standing next to him in Rochdale Road, and he was screaming and shouting and getting annoyed, and I was like looking over at me, and I'm like, Mr. Zen, and Mr. Chill, just
you're too zen. That's why you can't switch the bloody sound on when we go live. But never mind, it's fine.
But the thing is it matters, and we want to win, and we should have beaten. We made 2 terrible errors against Scunthorpe, gave them 2 goals, and it's extremely frustrating. But it's kind of like the bigger picture is more important now. Yeah. I can't be kicking every single ball now. Like I can. in the context of everything else, the bigger picture that everything we've been through, it doesn't seem that important right now. It seems like it's just kind of, let's just kind of like, there's a building path, there's a road we've got to go on.
I'm going to stop you. Fans pay the money to watch the games be won by the team.
Yeah.
4-3-2-1 doesn't work. 4-4-2, we dominate the game. We play really well. We should have started from the start with that two up front.
But Unsworth knows more about football than you do.
Yeah, but
I've been saying all season though.
I know, but he's been watching.
Sorry,
he'll make improvements, won't he?
Yeah, well, he should listen to me.
Well, should he?
Dave Bradley said.
Oh, you'll say that to him when you interview him next week.
No, he's a big guy.
Right then.
They started with 5 across the back on Tuesday, Dave, didn't they? It was 5 across the back.
No, it's 4-3-2. No, it's 4-3-2-1 with it was.
But it looked like it was changing all the time though, because it definitely looked like 5 across the back at times.
There was such a hole in the middle, and Fondop was at the front, and
midfield. What's that about?
I mean, he's not a big guy, and he was getting kind of, maybe he's tired, I don't know, but I just thought there's no way in the month of Sundays he's going to get anywhere.
I think he wanted to give Fondop 90 minutes on Saturday. He wanted to give him 90 minutes on Tuesday. He wants to get his fitness up because he's not been fit enough. Yeah. I think he did the same with Rooney. I think there was an argument for Rooney coming off during both games, but I think he wants to get him up to match fitness. So sometimes I think there's these other things that are going on that, the manager's considering you're going, get him off.
If David Unsworth is watching, I am joking. You do know more about football.
Well, he knows that. You don't need to explain that to him, Dave.
Not about Oldham, though. I know more.
Not trivia.
Yeah, well,
fair enough. Listen, Adrian, cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. We're going to put you in if you want to hang around in the green room and come back in a bit later on, you're more than welcome to and watch the show from there. We're going to bring Mids Blue in now.
All right, mate. Thanks a lot.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for getting in touch, mate.
Nice to see you on Tuesday as well. Take care, mate.
Yeah, here we go. Hello.
You all right?
How you doing, mate? You all right? What's your name?
Simon. You all right, mate?
Hi, Simon. You all right?
Yeah, fine lads. So chalk and cheese, wasn't it? Saturday and Tuesday, 2 completely different games.
Yeah, it wasn't the best, was it?
Oh, shocking. After working all day Tuesday, you get there and you see that, you just think, oh my god,
it was bad. It was really bad.
Are you in the sort of Dave camp of like start to lose it? Like, because it's really, like you just said, you've been at work all day, you get there and or were you just, are you a bit more mellow about it like I was?
No, I'm mellow. There's a lot more around me on Tuesday night, Udo, who was being their own Mike Bassett's, put it that way. Yeah. There's so many opinions in that end. it was just unbelievable.
Where do you sit, mate?
Well, I'm in just right of the Atleticos as you're looking down the pitch. So section 2, is it? Section 2?
Yeah.
Towards the back. So I had quite a good view of both goals conceded and Stubbs.
Oh, mate, I don't like to call players out, but
he was
bad. It's bad.
Yeah, and I think the best signing we've made is the guy today, Rathbone, because the amount of heads that went down on Tuesday night when we went down, there was just no confidence.
Yeah,
they're not even taking players on, and that's the most frustrating thing. So when we was in the second half, you just could still sense it. They just didn't want to take any of their players on, did they?
No.
Luamba, he was here, there, and everywhere. I just don't know. I think he needs to go out on loan. God knows what's happened with Vaughan.
I think he said in his interview he's only seen him in one session, so he wants to see what really makes him. So I think he's quite measured on with him what he wants to do. But saying that he plays Stubbs in central midfield, so it can be.
But I mean he's got to weigh things up himself, hasn't he? He's got to have he's got to weigh things up himself. I think that when we're all losing patience after 3 games, like they're building a team. Jefferson's come in, Ebril's now come in. Rathbone's come in.
Yeah,
like there's a proper team of people that are going to be working with the players, and it's just chalk and cheese above having however many managers in a season and Mohamed Lemzigam as the backroom staff essentially. So
I think that's the most confident thing that we've got, haven't we? We've got that infrastructure now. We've got owners who care. You've got Darren Royal, who clearly sees what is needed. The only problem is now we need some players because you know, if you look at it, Stubbs, I hate calling him out, but he's just like he won the lottery. He's run a raffle ticket to play on Tuesday night, didn't he? He was just here, there, and everywhere, and he just didn't know where to be, and that was the thing. You know,
but if he's been playing out of position,
no, but you're a professional footballer. You're a professional footballer.
Yeah. He was drifting into midfield.
He can't play that position. He surely wants to play, but then he gets tackled. Yeah. Well, he lost the ball in midfield. Okabui slipped, and then Scunthorpe scored the second goal from it. But the defence, everything just went down when that bobble went over Sheeran's, the bobble over his foot. And it was just, and Nuttall came in to score. It was just heartbreaking. But then you knew they were going to score again. But we scored within the first 10 minutes and then backed off.
Yeah.
Like we just had no ideas going forward. So
started the game all right, didn't we?
Yeah, we played it. First 10 minutes, I thought, here we go. It's going to be 4-5-1 this. You know, because I knew we were going to concede. But, gee whiz, it was bad.
Yeah, and it's the same with Rooney. Is he playing as a number 10? Is he using midfield? Is he supporting Fonda?
I like what I see, though. I do like what I see compared to what we've got.
But I think it's encouraging, though, that there's obviously been speculation about striker coming in this week. It's not happened. But clearly the board are out there. The checkbook is open, and you're trying to tempt players away from other clubs and things like that, which I think which can only be a really good thing. And like you just said, Simon, that with the backroom signings, that's going to make it a lot more attractive now for players to come in because they're going to be talking during the process and looking at who they've got in the backroom staff, looking at the setup.
Yeah.
Whereas in the past they'd be looking at Latics and just wanting to avoid us like the plague. Now we're actually an attractive proposition, especially in this division. When you look at, we look at the attendances that we get. We're up there with Wrexham, Notts County, and Chesterfield. With a big draw we're a big draw in this division where we should be. So this next couple of seasons are absolutely vital because if we start to fade. Then it was going to get harder and harder, and you don't know who's going to come down and how much more difficult it's going to get. So,
2-3 games, 1 point. That's the facts of the matter, isn't it, with Unsworth at the moment? But he said he knows what all his team's all about, and he will change the players if he needs to. Bear in mind, he's got a lot of injuries.
He needs to,
and we've got
we need to improve in key areas. I think.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, definitely. But we have got Maidenhead United coming up this weekend, haven't we? And how do you think we'll get on there, Simon?
I reckon we're going to get a draw.
Do you reckon? Draw. I think we're very lucky to come away with that.
I think what we're going to do is grab a draw, and I think then we've got the cup match, haven't we? Yeah. And then the following week, that's again. Who's it against?
The one above us, aren't they? In the league, they're 15th and we're 16th.
Yeah.
And so talking to Maidenhead, we do have a very nice lady who's the head of media called Grace, who we're just going to bring in now, Simon. If you just want to stay on the line, Simon, for a second, or not. Hi, Grace. You all right?
Hi, you're right.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Do you want to tell us who you are and what you do for Maidenhead United?
So I'm originally from Rotherham, so a fellow Northerner. Moved
you're
to
not from the north, you're from the south. Then you're not. You should know.
I'm not surprised you live in Maidenhead.
Don't you dare.
From Rotherham.
Culture shock. So I've worked at Maidenhead for 4 years since being at university. So that's all I've known. So I absolutely adore Maidenhead. And I do the social media accounts, the marketing, and the ticketing as well.
And you've done that for 4 years?
Yes.
Oh, brilliant. So how do you think your season's gone so far? Then can you tell us about
that? So usually people would say we're a National League club. Obviously, we got promoted in 2017-18. So we've managed to stay where we are, but we are always sort of around the relegation zone. But the thing about Maidenhead that I love is we just pull out results out of nowhere, which I think the past 2 games have shown that.
Did you beat Chesterfield 2-1?
Yeah, so we went and beat Chesterfield 2-1, which is unreal, away. And then on Tuesday night, a last-minute winner against Torquay, which was crucial for us because we always struggle to get results from the teams around us. So I guess that leads nicely into Saturday being quite a big game.
You've got a nice 4-point cushion over us, I see there. So if you do win, that you'll pull away nicely there, won't you?
Yeah, I guess we want to win every game, but I think the past 2 games that we've won, I don't know, going into Saturday, our home form isn't the best. I don't know. It's unpredictable, but I think the confidence levels are high. So if we can kick on and get 3 points.
Just what we wanted to hear.
Forgive my ignorance. Have you got a grass pitch?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it Maidstone that have got a plastic pitch?
I think it is, yeah.
Because you've got similar names, haven't you? I get a bit confused.
Yeah, everyone gets confused.
Yeah. So
we were sort of saying that and this is nothing against Oldham, but being a bigger club, which you are, coming to a small ground, historic ground like Maidenhead, sometimes is trickier for the teams that are not so used to playing at National League grounds. Like when we had Scunthorpe, they sort of came and trying to adapt to the facilities that we've got. I don't know. That's why it's unpredictable at Maidenhead.
It's like the FA. It's like the early rounds of the FA Cup every week. It's like for clubs like Maidenhead but certainly teams like Wealdstone and things like when they come up to Boundary Park, it's like massive occasion. And then when we go away, it's like you just said. So it is really, really tricky. It's such a contrast. Who's the best set of away fans that you've had in your time there down at your place?
Wrexham are always good. They are always good. That's a good question. We have had some good sets of fans. To be honest, I would probably say Grimsby were really good last year. Yeah. They were really good. But we always enjoy hosting the bigger clubs. So.
Yeah. Grimsby do have a great away following, don't they, to be fair?
In terms of the surrounding area, it's York Road, isn't it, that you play at? So the surrounding area for any away fans who are going down, I'm still 50-50 on where I'm going. Because I went to Bromley the other week and we got beat 3-0.
I'm 100% not going.
You're definitely not going. No, you can. You'll change your mind.
No, I won't.
He loves me really, Grace. Don't believe a word of it. Where's a good pubs, and is it quite a friendly sort of place? It's not because it's quite a small. It seems like a small area. I don't want to be disrespectful when I say that, but they're quite welcoming to away fans and such alike.
Definitely, yeah. Being in the town centre as well. I know there might be some train strikes on Saturday, but we are in a really good location in terms of the train station. But there's quite a lot of parking in the town centre, and then really close to the ground, we've got our partners called a Hoppy Place. I think they do like craft beer and things, and they've got an event going on, so that might be worth looking into. We've got a Wetherspoons in town, the Bear, and then off the tap at the top of the high street. That's like a bar restaurant place as well.
So there's a craft beer festival this Saturday.
Yes.
Now I'm at 90-10 in favour of
and
going.
They're doing an offer for away fans, so definitely worth looking into.
I'm 95% going. No, definitely fancy that now.
All your favourite words in one sentence, Dave.
Apart
from beef paste.
Beef paste, yeah, that's my favourite thing in the world after my wife and children. But yeah, well, ish. No, so what do you think the score will be on Saturday, Grace?
To be honest, I'm probably going to go safe and say a 1-1.
Well, I noticed that in your last 5, you've won 3 and lost 2.
You don't do draws.
So you're not draws. It's one or the other. I mean, our last 3 games, we got our first point under Unsworth on Tuesday night against Scunthorpe, and we played really badly. We played well against Wrexham, lost 2 goals in the last 10 minutes, and then we were shocking at Bromley, got beat 3-0. So our chances the odds aren't in our favour, that's for sure. So I'm not massively confident, I'll be honest.
So Alan Devonshire, is Alan Devonshire still your manager there? Is he the ex-West Ham?
Yeah, I think he's one of the longest serving now in the National League. If
2015, not I'm just looking now, yeah. God, quite interesting, yeah. And who's the players to watch for Maidenhead? Who are your danger men?
Players to watch, I'd definitely say Ashley Nathaniel George. He sort of plays on the wing, and he's been making a lot of chances since he came in. Emil Aqua, our striker. He's just finding his feet as well. But I think we've got quite a good bunch in terms of we haven't got an out-and-out goal scorer that sort of takes, the whole team with them. So I'd say we've got quite a good team that is very unpredictable.
What sort of system do you play? Is it 4-4-2, 4-3-3, 3-5-2?
I'd probably say 3-5-2.
Right.
But there is quite a long ball. Alan Devonshire is the manager. He knows what he's doing very well, but it's a complete mixed bag depending on which players are in, which players are out. Right. They'll be working on looking at how Oldham play. I'm guessing they've been training tonight as well.
looking at your results, it's like you either win or lose. Is it just a case of we're going to go for it to try and win the game, or there's no sort of holding on for a draw like Scunthorpe did with us on Tuesday night? Does he just go for it, sort of thing? Very old school.
Yeah, we definitely just go for it. Physical team, and like on Tuesday, it was one of those games where we thought we could get something from it, but I think the fact that Torquay are down there anyway, we sort of just capitalised on that and threw everything at it and managed to get that goal at the end.
I'd rather see that every single time. Like Scunthorpe were playing for a point, and they were second bottom. Like what? Because while they were, what was the point?
Well, points win prizes.
Points win, you bog all. We got relegated from League One by drawing 8 of our last 10, didn't we? So, you've got to win. You've got to go for it. So, have you got some big? What I've noticed as well is some of the teams like Bromley, all last season. We've not got big lads in our team, and they do get bullied a bit, don't they?
Just a bit.
We don't have much physical presence. Have you got some units on your team? Or
to be honest, no. I'll probably agree with you in that we haven't really got that many physical players. Dev likes a physical team, but so there is quite a few tackles going in and things, which is good to see because they just get stuck in. But I wouldn't say there's any players that, I always feel like our players do get a bit bullied as well. So.
Right. Well, Grace, thank you very much. We really appreciate you taking time out to come on. And if I do go down to Maidenhead, I will see you down there. All right.
Yes, I'll keep an eye out. Thank you.
I'd avoid him, especially if he's been on Craft Ales.
Why were you trying to
Hopefully I'll see you there.
You're annoying.
Yeah, I'm not annoying.
There you are. Sorry, Grace.
Thank you, Grace. Take care.
Thank
Best
you.
of luck for the
Bye.
season.
Grace.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Cheers.
Right. Should we bring Michael in?
Michael. Hello, Michael.
Hello.
You all right?
Yep, are you?
Yeah, all right. Seems like ages since we spoke, mate.
Our fan guest of the week.
Did you meet this fella on Tuesday night? Was it Tuesday night?
It was.
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Yeah, see me doing all the running around as per. What have you done with your shirt, mate? Have you got it on or you've got it? Have you got it hung up on the wall?
I'll show you now in a minute.
Oh, here we go. Oh, hey,
It is here on my wall, if you can see it.
Nice.
There you go. Hey, look at that wall there. So what have you got on the wall there that we can see? Is it this match worn shirts, is it?
It's rugby shirts. We've got an Australian one signed by all the Australia players.
Right.
Got Pat Richards from Wigan.
Very good.
And I've got Broncos signed T-shirt played by other players.
So you like rugby as well, then, do you?
Yep.
I think the clues were the signed rugby shirts on his wall.
The obvious there, yeah. Sorry about that. So in terms of the Tuesday night, then, what did you think of the performance?
I think first half that the passing back, I don't get it. Like, we think we can create chances by passing back through the defenders. It's like you need to get the ball at the pitch. Yeah, if we do kick up the pitch, and it's like it don't go to anyone, but it's better than passing it through the back, and it just creates chances for them. And they scored twice of it.
Yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it, when we don't get the team to get the ball forward quickly and then making stupid mistakes like that.
Oh, that second goal! Oh my!
Oh, it was horrible, wasn't it?
Yeah, ended up walking out.
Yeah, it wasn't the
Sorry,
best.
Gaz, give us a call, Gaz. Don't be just commenting on Facebook there. Click the link, give us a call. That's Gaz.
Gazzy.
My old mate Gaz.
All right, Gaz. Hi, Gaz. So, yeah, it was really bad, the performance first half. What did you think of the second half when we changed the system?
I think the last 20 sort of minutes, well, I think from the start it was all right. And then you could see, obviously, they've had a bollocking off Unsworth. And then, like, I don't know. Obviously, it weren't a penalty, but you can't really moan, can you, on a penalty?
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, in the in the action, the live action, he went down. I was like, penalty. And I thought it was an handball just before that as well.
I thought it was a
dive. No, it probably was a dive. But he's got a split second. I need the ref to make a decision, and thank God he did, because
play on, son.
I think without it, I probably wouldn't have scored, would it? And they wouldn't have scored. That's the frustrating thing. We just give them 2 soft goals, didn't we? It's so frustrating.
Yeah. No.
So
cheers, Michael. Thanks very much, mate.
Yeah, we're going to bring another caller in, mate. Take care of yourself, pal. See you soon.
And Alice, how are you doing?
I'm all right. Are you?
I'm very well. Are you?
You've just asked
I'm good, thank you.
All right. Hi, Alice.
Good. Did you go on Saturday? Did you go on Saturday, Tuesday?
Yeah, well, yeah, I did.
What did you think?
Well, to be honest, I couldn't tell if it was a penalty or not when we got given the penalty because all the players were in the box.
Yeah,
it was it was a stone waller.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'd have given it 10 times out of 10.
Do you think we deserved anything out of the game?
Well, to be honest, we did deserve a point, like, from the second half, but first half, we were just, like, sitting back after a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, they were just inviting them on, weren't they? Giving them. It really annoys me when a team like Scunthorpe, who are low in the division, have got very little confidence. You give them confidence, don't you, by just saying, rather than going for the kill, just getting a goal and then saying, right, come on to us. It really frustrates me. It does me head in. Where do you sit in this ground, Ali?
Joe Royal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Joe Royal stand there, away fans.
Who do you think the best player was for us on Tuesday night?
Oh, that is a hard one because, like, the second half, it was all just working together. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably John Rooney.
Do you really think so? I thought Tollett for me. I thought he really started putting it about in the second half.
Yeah.
And he was unlucky, and he started to make some good runs into the box. And he was a bit unlucky, and I think he took his penalty really well, didn't he?
He took it really well. But one thing that was encouraging was there was a few players that were up for taking that penalty.
Yeah.
I think Burgess wanted it, Fondop wanted it, and Tollett wanted it. What did you make of their centre forward? Would you have taken him on? Because they were talking about signing him, weren't they? And how do you think he played?
He played well considering that we could have signed him.
What's he called?
Joe Nuttall.
Way! You've got the magic words, yes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wheel of Wonder.
Thanks, Matt. And tonight's prizes are a Boundary Park Alert System t-shirt, a jar of beef paste, a signed photo of Matt and Dave, an OAFC replica shirt, an OAFC set of coasters of 4, Mike Keegan, This Is How It Feels book, 2 complimentary tickets for the next home game. However, if you get a red card from the ref, you get nothing on the Wheel of Wonder! Just step round. Well, there you go. Are you excited to play the Wheel of Wonder, Alice?
I bet you are.
You look dead excited, I must say, and you sound over the moon. Anyway,
tell Dave what to do.
3, 2, 1.
Spin the Wheel of Wonder.
It's just, it's in between.
No, we can't give you that one. Joking. Right. Next. Go on. 3, 2, 1.
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. Attic's phoning.
It's the coaster set.
Yeah, it was the coaster set.
You won the coaster set. Are you happy? It is four coasters.
And they are shiny.
Yeah, and they're lovely. Have we got one?
No.
And the Attics.
They're in the safe.
They're in the safe. Yeah, because they are made of solid silver.
They're silver, yeah, silver.
If you just drop your name and contact number to the laticsfootballphone@gmail.com, we'll meet you at the next home game and we'll pass on the coasters. And should we give her a Boundary Park Alert System t-shirt as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give you one of them as well. Do you want us to get it signed by anyone for you?
No, thanks. Just a t-shirt itself.
Fair enough. Great. Good stuff. Right, if you just send an email to laticsfootballphone@gmail.com, we'll get that sorted. Yeah. That's great.
Honestly. Or send us a message on social media.
Yeah, do whatever. Yeah. Right, well, thanks very much.
Well done, Alice. I mean, where does that rank in like the all-time highs of your life?
I bet you're chuffed.
Oh, yeah, really happy. Latic side coasters.
Yeah, and solid silver.
Solid silver. Yeah, they're worth about £8,000.
Who are you saying that to? They were sort of like, "What are you doing there?" You just like, are you talking to? Is it like your mum and dad or something?
Yeah.
Does your dad support Latics?
I try getting into sport latics though.
Go on, get him on, put him on, pass him the phone, let's speak to him. Come on, get on the phone. Come on. No, he's not having it.
I'm not going on the internet. I don't blame you.
All right, Alice, thanks very much.
Thanks for getting involved, Alice.
Take care.
Oh, yeah, he wants you.
Oh, does he?
All right.
Oh, God.
Right.
Hello. Hello. How are you doing? You okay? Yeah, good. Can you hear us?
I think it's through. She's listening to our pods.
Through her AirPods, yeah. All right, no worries. Hang on, just give him a minute. It's live. This is what happens on live.
Live TV.
I'm not used to bloody iPhones. I'm an Android person, me.
All right. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. How's yourself?
What's your name, pal?
My name's Dave.
Good name. Great name. I'm Dave as well. This is Matt.
I'm just a capital D, me.
Fair enough. What did you think about Tuesday then?
Well, I haven't really. I'm being honest with you. I'm not much of a football person.
Right.
I like my rugby, me, because I used to play, and I've been out for about 6 years now with 3 torn ligaments in my knee, and I've got to go back for surgery on it.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Oh, don't be sorry. It's totally fine. It's life, isn't it? But I have. Don't get me wrong. I have been a couple of times with my wife. To watch Oldham at Boundary Park, and I usually sit in the Joe Royal stand on row D. And
all right,
when I went there, I did enjoy it. I loved the atmosphere, especially off the Athleticos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
they're great,
really
aren't they?
good.
Yeah.
They are good, yeah. They're pretty decent. I just love the way they get the other crowds going where they're bouncing up and down and stuff like that. Because I've always said to myself, it's better seeing it with your own eyes rather than watching stuff on the TV.
Well, that's it, yeah,
100%, mate.
Well, that's it. Well, thanks for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it.
It's not a problem at all. I'm not used to the iPhones and nothing, mate.
No worries, mate. If you see us at the game, you're more than welcome to buy us loads of beers or pints, loads of pints.
Oh, it's fine. We're back. Which stand are you usually in? Because I might be going with my wife to the Chester match.
We're in the Rochdale Road ends, but we'll be in the Joe Royal bar before the game. So come and say hello. All right, and we'll sort you out those gifts for Alice. Yeah. Is that all right?
Yeah, no worries. Cheers, pal.
Cheers, Dave.
Thanks very much.
Nice to meet you, mate.
Bye-bye.
There we go. It's all going. All going on.
We've got everyone's gone. The calls of light. The switchboard has lit up. So should we do Reese with an eye? Let's get him in. Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing? Oh, nice onesie. Very nice.
Got it yesterday.
Cool. How are you doing, mate?
I'm all right.
Last time you were up, was it last time you were on? We asked, oh no, was it the Boundary Park alert system? I can't remember when we said, are we going to get on today? You said we're going to get beat. And I think you were probably right. Are you any more optimistic about Latics at the minute or what?
I can't tell anymore, like, David Underwood's not had that many games, so we can't really judge him much yet, but
no,
we can say a bit, but not that much, can we?
Well, yeah. Who did you think? Obviously, how do you think we're going to get on against Maidenhead first and foremost?
I reckon it's going to be another draw, like Scunthorpe.
Do you think?
Yeah.
We're only 2 points off relegation. Are you worried about relegation this season?
No, I think we'll stay in the table, possibly.
Do you think?
Well, I was just saying to Grace then that we're they're 4 points ahead of us. They've got 16, we've got 12. So if they win, that gives them a real 7-point gap. And they could start moving away. I don't think we're going to get relegated, but I think it could be a bit of a struggle. You
just sort of tried not to burp, didn't you? Then?
Yeah. I think it's going to be hard work. I think that later on in the season, if we make a few signings and get a few players back from injury, and once Unsworth's able to coach the team better, I think we're going to start moving up the table, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I saw your mum on Tuesday night, Reese, and I was absolutely fuming. I couldn't even speak. I was that annoyed.
I heard apparently. Yeah, you did.
Steam was coming out of my ears. I was so annoyed with that performance. But to be fair, David Unsworth was fuming with it, and you know he's getting. I think he's getting wise now to the players who don't want to perform and people who can't perform under pressure. So, in terms of new players, where do you think the positions are needed to, be strengthened? Where do you think we need some more players?
At the back.
At the back.
We let too many easy goals in, don't we?
Yeah. On Tuesday when I was there, Jack Stobbs just let that goal in. I can't remember if it was the first or second, but he just hit the ball and just went into the player. There's no point.
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. What did you think of Sheeran going into midfield in the second half? Did you think that suited him?
It was hard to notice. I thought it was hard to notice, really, that it made much difference.
Well, one player for me who I thought played really well, who got subbed, and I thought he was a bit unlucky to get subbed, was Cooper, because I would have liked to have seen him in a 4-4-2, breaking up the player, getting hold of the ball and passing it to Rooney. I think that might have been a bit more of an option.
There was a moment, there was like a 5-minute spell or a 2-minute spell where Cooper showed what the problem is at this level, played a through ball through to Fondop, which was a brilliant through ball, really good vision, the kind of killer pass that we've been lacking. And then a couple of minutes later, just played another, what should have been simple pass and kicked it into touch.
Yeah.
And that's where the frustration lies for me and for everybody else, I think, where you sort of, the amount of times we give the ball away, Reece, was ridiculous, wasn't it? Passing was just poor. Ridiculous. It's just not good enough, is it? Not keeping all the possession. You play football, don't you?
Yeah, I play football. I play for Hayside.
Right. I bet you don't give the ball away that much, do you?
No, I mean, the only time I probably give the ball away is probably when, like, I'm clearing at something and then it might as well just land onto the other player's feet.
That's
the thing. It shouldn't be so hard, should it, to just make a 10, 20-yard pass? But sometimes, for some reason, we're seeing lots and lots of difficulties. But listen, Reece, we'll just pop you back in the green room for a minute because we just have to take a call. We've had a celebrity caller.
Just hang on there. Don't go, Reece. Just stay where you are,
So just talk to you back in a bit, Reece.
I was on the phone to an Oldham celebrity, so should we see who it is?
Because there was quite a good match analysis. I think we should probably talk.
Well, I think it's only fair that we play it because the fans will miss out.
Yeah, okay.
Athletic's football phone in. Dave speaking.
Hey, Dave. It's Brian Cox.
What? Celebrity astronomer, scientist, and extraordinaire Brian Cox. Athletic's fan.
Yeah, you remember me from school?
Yes, we both went to Hume Grammar. We had a bit of tomfoolery in the back-ends, didn't we? Shh. So what did you think against Scunthorpe, the 2-2 draw? Did you like the game?
Well, Dave, I was watching it through my telescope, but I was quite high up, but it's a really, really powerful telescope. And what I could see all over the pitch was loads of space. There was space everywhere, Dave. But Oldham weren't filling the space. And you know what that's called, don't you, Dave?
No, go on, Brian, tell us.
It's a vacuum.
A vacuum?
Yeah, and there was vacuums everywhere.
What, like a Dyson vacuum?
No, Dave. Like a space vacuum. But the space on the pitch is nothing compared to the huge, ever-expanding vastness of the universe.
Oh, I'd have to agree. What did you think of the first goal scored by Okabui?
Oh, yeah. It was a header, wasn't it, Dave?
It was.
I thought he rose majestically like a comet and then fell majestically like a comet.
Yeah, very good commentary there. Yeah, it's not bad. Was that a bit of a pun there, Brian?
Yes.
Right. And what about Nathan Sheeran missing the bobble in the ground? And then it led to Joel Nuttall's first goal for Scunthorpe.
Who's Joe Nuttall?
Joe Nuttall, right. So what did you think about Nathan Sheeran's missed time bobble?
Why are you asking me again, Dave?
I don't know.
Anyway, to answer your question, Dave, I just don't know who Joe Nuttall is, but to answer your question, Dave, even in space you get bobbles.
Was it like the moon's surface, would you say, the ground?
There's a big difference between the pitch at Boundary Park and the surface of the moon, Dave.
Let's just stick to the football, Brian. What about Scunthorpe's second goal, where Jack Stobbs lost possession on the edge of the area, and it ultimately led to a defensive mishap?
Yeah, that was just piss poor, Dave.
Well, I think a lot of fans would have said the same. But hey, they never give up, and he switched to a 4-4-2, Mr. Unsworth. What did you think of that change?
Well, Dave, when you think about all the vastness of all the stars in the universe, you can have literally any formation you like.
What's your favourite star formation, Brian?
My favourite band, a 5-star, Dave.
5-star, good band. But then it led to a Fondop sort of dive, I would have to say, which led to a penalty that was taken by Ben Tollett.
The only reason Fondop fell to earth, Dave, was because of gravity.
Right, and do you think it was a good penalty?
I thought it went in like a rocket, Dave.
And then Fondop with the header just at the end, and the keeper saved it. Do you think he was unlucky not to score there?
I think he should have scored, Dave.
And do you think Oldham should have won?
I think we should have won, Dave.
Right, Brian, I think I can hear your rocket ringing, so I'm going to let you get going.
I've got to go to America now to talk about space.
Bye, Brian.
See you, Dave.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Well, there you go.
Hopefully this isn't a regular part of the show. Well, we enjoyed it, didn't we?
Well, some people did.
And if we've got to fill space... Oh, sorry, Rob. We've got to fill space.
Hey, whoa. You're going to kill the illusion.
I'm just doing an impression. If people don't call, we've got to fill space. It's a football phone-in. So phone or shut up. Don't moan about it.
Yeah,
or don't watch.
Rob.
Either way, I'm not asked. But, whatever. We've got it's a football phone. It's a football phone-in.
Calm down.
No, it's a football phone-in. Phone in. If you want us to talk about Latics, we'll talk about Latics for an hour. But if we have to fill the time, we'll fill the time.
Chill. We've talked about this. Adrian, hello.
I know, mate. You all right? Yeah.
I'm still here. I've got something for you.
Oh, God. It's something nice. It's not one of the letters we usually get, is it?
I don't know if you can say this, can you? Can you say it? I'm wandering round here. Tell me what this is. I'm turning lights on now. Can you tell me what this is?
Oh, God.
Turn lights.
We can just see you, so...
Yeah, I'm just turning it on there.
Is it spare?
And this reminds me of Boundary Park. I'm turning lights on now. It's for sale at the moment.
Is it going to be Subbuteo? With the
no, it's not. It's not. It is going to the match. Do you know going to the match?
No.
You're saying that? Huh?
No.
Well, it's that painting, look.
Oh, right. Wow, by Lowry.
Yeah. It's here, look. I've got it here. And it reminds me.
The original?
No, it's not the original. It cost. I haven't got the original.
You'd have been Latics if it was.
Well, it reminds me because it looks a bit. You can see it. Can you see it? Can you see it?
Steve, sorry,
looks,
Steve, crap as usual. You twat.
That looks like the Rochdale Road end, man. Look.
Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And that's the main stand. And these are the people coming from Oldham. Yeah. And that's probably that's Shaw over there, Royton, Shaw. Can you see it?
Yeah.
But it's for sale at the moment. It's for sale. Did you know that?
No, you said it about 3 times. So yeah, it's for sale. So just put it on Twitter and we can.
Have you got it hung on you all? Have you got it hung on you all the wrong way?
Well, no, I've got it on the wall. I'm going back. I'm going back here. I'm going back now. No, but it's my. It just. When I see that painting, and it was on the news, that is it the Professional Football Association? I think they're selling it. The thing they're selling it. And whenever I look at that, I think of Oldham Athletic. It's actually Burnden Park. That's Burnden Park.
Yeah, I remember it. We went there. Anyway, listen, we're going to cut on to Bin Man because he's been waiting. So cheers, Adrian.
Bye.
All right, Bin Man.
How you doing, fellas? You good?
Yeah, doing all right.
It's been a funny night. Yeah, Steve
I see that comment you said, Matt.
Steve Partington, we love you too.
He still watches though, doesn't he? He still watches. This is him, everybody. It's his Steve. If you see him, make sure you give him some grief.
No, just speak to him and say, Matt Dean and Dave Bradley. Love you. And
what's the story, big man? How was that chicken kebab thing? The thingy kebab thing you had the other night, the samosas. Does that look good?
Yeah, I was that hungry. I would have ate anything, but yeah, it's an upgrade, isn't it? It's nice. It went really well. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the football, or do you want to do any impressions? I mean, bad impressions.
If you watch me play football, you wouldn't. No, lads, I just thought about, Tuesday. Obviously, last Saturday, one Saturday, we played really well. For the first half, I thought we were fantastic. Then, we sat back in the second half against Wrexham, and once it, like you lads said, as soon as they got the first one, you just thought, here we go again. And then, I was unlucky. I was quite good to we didn't get anything. But on Tuesday, when we went 1-0 up, I thought we started off like we did against Wrexham. And then we just sat back. It just doesn't feel like we're going for the second goal. Is it? Don't you agree?
I don't understand it. It's something that happens. It frustrates me when I watch England. They tend to do the same. Get the first goal, teams on the back foot. But instead of going for the kill, just sitting off and let them back into the game. As a fan, it's the most infuriating thing you can watch, isn't it?
Well, on the Wednesday, I was speaking to someone in town. I just come out of work and they said, "How was it, Bim?" And I wasn't. And I went, "Do you know what? We gifted them 2 goals." And it sounds like I was trying to, say we weren't that bad. We was bad, but we gifted them 2 goals. We did, didn't we? We gifted them.
I mean, like they were just the softest goals, weren't they? And a team like that, just are low on confidence, to just give them those goals like that, it's unforgivable, really. But look, I don't think it's the end of the world, do you? I think we're going to get better.
There is signs there that we are going to improve, but sadly, we got crowd. We're getting decent crowds. I didn't expect to be 6,000 there on Tuesday. I really didn't. I expected 5 to 5-3. To get 6,000 is great, but we have to start winning football matches, lads, because that attendance will drop.
I think it will. Yeah, because I turned around to people and said, well, at least it isn't freezing, but give it a couple of months and it will be freezing, won't it? And it's a different ball game, isn't it? It's not as, and we've all stood there at 0-0s on a Tuesday night against Yeovil or something, and it's just freezing cold and it's just grim, isn't it?
It is grim, but you win football matches, your crowds will go up. You start losing. It's like that's like every football club. We're not on our own, but we have to start winning matches. We simply have to.
Yeah. I think, as I say, I've said earlier, I think the 4-4-2 is the way forward in this league. It's simple, effective. The players can play it. They know what they're doing. In that 4-3-2, 1-3-5-2, they're not good enough. They're not technical enough, and they don't have the ability to play that system. So I think a direct 4-4-2 made us look a lot better in the second half.
I can't wait to get our players back fit. We're missing the core of the side. We've got Organ out. We've got Gardner, who plays 1 game and don't play another 5. You've got Porter, who God knows when he's back. And same goes for Hope. We're missing our core of our side. And we might see a bit difference when they come back. But I like, and as well on Tuesday we put Sheeran in the bit further forward, and I thought he played all right. So when Organ comes back, maybe he might get a bit forward. So I might see him more in the middle.
Yeah, he'd be more of a threat from set pieces and stuff like that, you'd think, wouldn't you? Are you going down on Saturday, Ben, man?
Yeah, I'm going down,
Yeah, I might see you down there in the Craftdale bar. But you might not, because it's still 3 hours in the car, innit? Are you going on the coach?
I'm going with Brad, with Sean, yeah, we're going with I just want to put a performance in.
What do you think? Well, do you think we'll get on Saturday?
I think we'll win 2-1. I really think we'll win. I think we need to start winning football matches. You can see it's coming. You can't see. I thought we were going to win on Saturday as the game got on. I thought we're going to do this. We are due to give someone an absolute good hiding. Are we?
Well, yeah, we are. Hopefully.
Ideally, yeah, but I don't think we've got enough goals in us to give anyone a good hiding at the minute, have we? But I'd like to think it will come at some point. I mean, like you said, we've been. I thought Nuttall looked all right. I thought he was like a more mobile, kind of pacier, younger, stronger, fitter version of Fondop. I thought he might have been a decent addition, but Like Porter is. I wouldn't be surprised if his contract ends up getting paid off and he just goes, because we've got to free up budget to bring in somebody who's going to. We need someone who's going to get us 15 goals at least this season. Any kind of and not just for this season. We need players to come in this season that are ready for next season, don't we? That are bedded in.
Yeah.
Like we need that as well. So which players like Rooney obviously are. So I know you go anywhere, and it's not always about the result, but it's a fair old trek for a defeat like it was against Bromley, isn't it?
Look what games we've had this season. Like you take York out of it, we've done some miles, haven't we?
Yeah,
and there's loads more to do, isn't there?
A hell of a lot. Look at the Oasis lot. I bet obviously they're not happy with down here, but while we are down here, I think they're going to do a lot more games than they've ever done.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
I've got a quick announcement as well. Sorry, Bin Man, to cut you there off. Oldham Athletic Community Trust Lionesses Soccer School is starting at Crompton House from the 25th of October to Friday the 28th of October. It's for age group 7 to 12 years old. 64 quid for 4 days. Not bad, not bad. If you would like to find out more details, please email emily.ashworth@oact.org.uk. Where you'll find more details for that. So that's the Oldham Athletic Community Trust Lionesses Soccer School at Crompton House. At Crompton House.
Crompton House.
Over the weekends, over the half-term week. So, by all means. Right.
I think that's probably a good way to end it, David.
No. Wait. We've got a letter this week, and our very own in-house DJ, Mr. Simon Bates, is going to read it out to finish the show. So, shall we give it a play?
Yeah, why not?
Welcome to this week's Art Tune. I'm not going to give any real names because they didn't want me to. This week's letter is from a man who was a civil servant. Let's call him Larry. He's from Grodden. Larry needed to fill his life, the void that fit so perfectly with prison riots and concocting evidence and roughing up grasses. He tried everything. Crown cream bowling, pie eating competitions, shouting at the school kids who walked past his garden. But none of it worked. Good old Larry. He yearned for something much bigger, to train his unrequited rage and convert his narcissism on. And then he found it, in the form of his local football club, who we'll call Oldham Athletics. With their fledgling supporters group, he found an organisation he could mould into his own grotesque image and manipulate for his own gain. Perfect. It was just like the old days. For the next 15 years or so, he was able to help the club achieve nothing other than a steady decline, whilst putting himself front and centre at every opportunity. In what he would describe as a stellar career as a humble servant, he did things properly. He was happy, content, and felt this was always going to be this way. He was an essential cog in a broken machine. And then, as things always do, it changed. New owners came into the football club bringing a new level of incompetence, and Larry didn't know which way to turn. He tried his best to cling on to his self-perceived position of power, authority, and taking every side at one point or another, but ultimately, the game was up. He had a small number of supporters aligned with him, but a rebel element had now taken hold of the narrative, and change was imminent. The once essential skills of manipulation, intimidation, and harassment, which had been such rocks to him over the years, were no longer effective. And history, as it oh so often cruelly does, repeated itself, leaving Larry without a vehicle of his own self-service at the cost of all and everyone else. No one would ever be the same. As he still tries to find some input through a small, disorganized, uneducated, idiotic Facebook conspiracy group, he still believes that everyone is wrong and he is right. And he wants desperately to be heard, but realizes now, deep down, that he is shouting into the final void, the abyss, I would say. He signs his letter off by saying, although he's bitter, twisted, angry, and fatter, he really doesn't know any other way. Well, Larry, this is your song,
and this is All By Myself.
The Latics Football Phone-In is hosted and produced weekly by Matt Dean and Dave Bradley for Q Pod Productions. Please follow and interact with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok at OAFC Podcast, and subscribe to youtube.com/The Boundary Park Alert System. The Latics Football Phone-In is released as a podcast every Friday morning at 7 a.m. and follows the Boundary Park Alert System podcast every Monday morning, also at 7 a.m. A huge thank you goes to those people who already subscribe and support the podcast. We appreciate you all, and if you'd like to help us out, please visit oafcpodcast.co.uk and click support, or find the link in the podcast show notes. It's only $2.99 per month, and we'll draw a subscriber at random every month to win an Oldham Athletic shirt of your choice. A special mention must go to Lee's Field Development for providing the prizes on the Wheel of Wonder. If you're interested in sponsoring the show, please get in touch. The title music for the show is by Manchester DJ and producer Starion, and for more information visit bandcamp.com/Red Laser Records. Thanks for watching or listening, and we'll see you next time.